Welcome all our guests, all our viewers from India and across the globe on our YouTube channel, ICSI's YouTube channel, watching live our webinar for this Pious Thursday, 14th April 2022 at 8 p.m. with MEPSC, that is Management and Entrepreneurship Professional Skill Council. And we are here to talk about education, educators, teachers, mental wellness. And we have with us our distinguished guest. Let's begin this webinar, this interesting talk. And first, let's just go through what is the significance of this day today and what ICSI is doing and what is followed in the coming days with the webinars. So to begin with, I want to wish every one of you a very happy Baisakhi. Today is 14th April. Happy Baisakhi. We celebrated throughout India and also all across the globe, and especially in the northern part of India. Along with that, today is Bharat Ratna Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar ji's Jayanti. Again, a very pious day. And also want to tell that today is also Hanuman Jayanti, a very religious significance of the day. So that's why I told that this Thursday is a very pious Thursday. We have three important, significant things that are taking place today. One is Baisakhi, Ambedkar Jayanti, and Hanuman Jayanti. So blessings and wishes to everyone with abundance and prosperity. ICSI welcome all, and we are a link between India and 31 million overseas Indians, and together we are making education relevant. And when I'm saying education relevant, that doesn't mean that one part of education, but the entire ecosystem of education when we talk about, and whether it is skills, whether it is employment, whether it is entrepreneurship, whether it is health, anything. So we are very thankful to MEPSC and especially Colonel Anil Kumar Pokhriyal ji, that their support is with us, and we are doing something significant in this field of training and development for our youth, for our educators, and for the peoples, those who are aspiring to be innovative entrepreneurs. We are focusing on service industry. As you know that ICSI is International Chamber for Services. Services is a major, though it is considered as a tertiary part of Indian economy, still it has a major significance. So there are a lot many things into service industry, and particularly nowadays we are completely focusing on education services. And we believe our action plans also signifies that in three important components: education, skills, MSME, that includes entrepreneurship and employment, when these trio come together, they can only contribute towards Atmanirbhar Bharat. And Atmanirbhar Bharat concept begins with education, with skills, with MSME, with entrepreneurship, Shiksha, Kaushalta, Udyamita. And we are proud that under the dynamic leadership of Major Dr. Gulshan Sharma ji, our chamber have started way back in 1994, India's first finishing school for service industry, totally dedicated for skills and personality enhancement, with all C's that you are looking here: communication, collaboration, creativity, innovation, critical thinking, and making education not just for getting a degree, but beyond that, making education fun, interesting, enthusiastic, in a confident manner with passion. So that's what we are looking for. And we have, till now, we have trained so many teachers and youth, and we are very proud of that. And not just in one part of our country, but in entire different regions of our country, including Northeast India. And this particular webinar series that you are seeing, we have started it in the pandemic times when we are facing the lockdown period from 25th March 2020. And all our webinars till date, they are focusing on all the aspects of education. That's why I'm saying the things that you are seeing on in this slide, on your image, on your mobiles, on your laptops, wherever from you are seeing that, all these things, if we see from the very deep insight of the frame, we can see that everything is combined with education, whether it is mental wellness, whether it is physical wellness, environmental wellness, and even combining with nature, coming back to basics. That's what we have thought in this entire period of COVID, that we have to link with nature. We have to combine with nature to grow. And these are the summaries, these entire things we have summarized in our webinars. And then we have also seen that we have got NEP, and those who watch Pariksha Pe Charcha, they know very well that our Honorable Prime Minister have told that NEP is not new education policy, rather we should call it as National Education Policy. So we have also got it, and we are very proud to have this new education policy with us, which focuses on skills development, which focuses on relevance of education, and which focuses on education which is beyond boundaries. So that's very great, and we are proud of that. And sector skill councils are playing a major role into training, development, and making education beyond what is there written in the books or the theoretical part of that. So India has around about 37 sector skill council at present, and each and every sector skill council is doing wonderful in their own field. And ICSI is also proudly saying this, that we are associated with 3 of the major service skill council of India. 2022, along with 2021, we have dedicated completely for teachers and youth empowerment. And I want to tell you that we believe that when we talk about Atmanirbhar Bharat, then service industry can contribute into Atmanirbhar Bharat. And when we say service industry, as I told, that there are a lot many components of services. Everything is service. If we see even education, if we are a teacher, if we are a trainer, and we are delivering anything to the students, we are serving. So it is complete, it is incomplete without the contribution of each and every aspect of education ecosystem. So all these things, whether it is research, skills, health, wellness, water management, technology, MSME, so everything. So together we are working towards Atmanirbhar Bharat. And also want to tell that, as I have shown you, that our finishing school that we have set up way back in 1994 during pandemic, we are not going to stop this initiative, and we have converted into a digital manner into our inspirational lab. And that inspirational lab is still giving the trainings and inspiration and hand holding digitally through eGurukul Inspirational Lab concept, wherein we are focusing on different aspects of making education relevant and making education fun, interesting, and happy living in day-to-day life, because there is no price tag to mental happiness. That's what written in the last slide. And as I've told that we have started this way back in 25th March 2020, and we can proudly say that we have completed 1,536 webinars till date on different aspects under the broader umbrella of making education relevant. And this is our 1,537th webinar. And in this series, tomorrow, you are again going to have one webinar that on personal branding and positive attitude at 8 p.m. Whatever human mind whatever your mind can conceive and believe it can achieve. Let's come together, making education and skills relevant. Keep writing to us on the given email ID and do post your views. You can also WhatsApp us, but be together, be with us in this initiative of doing something for education ecosystem. And we believe that when we learn, so there are certain things, there are certain aspects that we grab it from reading, we grab it for hearing, then from visualizing it, and ultimately 95% of what we teach to others. Because I have listened one day somebody saying that I became teacher because I want to learn. Because when I'm teaching somebody, I am deep downing into the subject, and only then I'm coming out in a better manner. So if you want to learn, become a teacher, become a realistic teacher, and become a global teacher. So I just want to say that let us all come together and unite for education, skills, startups, and mental wellness. And we believe, please give me support and be together with me in welcoming all three of our distinguished guests today evening: Dr. Tanaji, Vitthal Chavan, Associate Professor, Anekant Institute of Management Studies, Maharashtra; Madam Sushma V, Assistant Professor, Sahyadri College of Engineering and Management, Mangaluru, Karnataka; and Madam Geet, Jalota ji, author, founder, Askgeet, HRD Solution, OPC, Maharashtra. So I'm just stopping my screen, and we all welcome. On behalf of all our audience, ma'am, we welcome all of you, Dr. Tanaji, Madam Sushma ji, and Madam Geet, Jalota ji. To begin with, may I humbly request Madam Geet Jalota ji to begin and just introduce herself, and then we'll go to Madam Sushma ji and Dr. Tanaji, if you allow, or you can change on your own convenience also. Have I given the sequence perfect, ma'am, or you want to change it as per your convenience?
Oh, I'm okay.
Right, ma'am.
Yes.
So
I'm very nervous, so I can get over it, and then my nervousness is over.
No, ma'am, but you are not seeing like that. You are such, your face is such pleasant, smiling, and we are very happy to see you. Welcome, ma'am. Just
Thank
introduce
you.
yourself, and then we'll hear something from you.
Okay. Thank you, Chitra, for giving me this opportunity to talk about my experience and what I have to contribute. I got an opportunity via ISTD to do this MEPSC Bosch training, thanks to which I am getting this platform by MEPSC. So I'm really grateful to them that they are introducing me to a wide spectrum of fellow teachers, trainers, as well as trainees in India as well as abroad, and to share my vision. So I want to thank MEPSC and ICSI, though I haven't met anybody over there, but I'm sure you guys are doing great work, because 1536 number of webinars is not a small figure, especially in this days of pandemic and education sector having come to a standstill. So I'm taking courage, and I hope I can also continue to show the same level of courage that your organization is showing. So I want to start my presentation by stating my proposition that I believe that teaching and training is human growth, okay, and it needs to incorporate a holistic approach to making education relevant. Okay, I will just share. can I share my presentation here, or I
Yes,
can
ma'am.
go?
Sure. You can share screen.
Okay.
Shares. It is given
Oh,
share screen.
yes. Oh,
Yes, ma'am.
yes. Okay. Yes. Can you see?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, so I'm going to talk about a holistic approach to making education relevant. And that is what I follow. I personally follow. So before I start talking about my work, I want to just remind you of something. मतलब ये छोटा मुंह बड़ी बात हो गई, बट फिर भी कहना बहुत जरूरी है कि हम जब हम टीचिंग या ट्रेनिंग की बात करते हैं और ह्यूमन डेवलपमेंट की बात करते हैं, तो देर इज एजुकेशन की बात करते हैं, तो एजुकेशन मतलब it is not just learning which is happening. There are multiple processes happening in the background to make education and skilling effective. There is a physicality happening, a physicality of the body. There is a financial impact of it. There is an impact on the mental health of the person who is undergoing the skilling program. There is an impact on the relationships. Their interrelationships are improving because they are working now in teams, right? And it is they begin to learn more about contribution of the team rather than individual contribution. Then there is an impact on the community, all the communities that we are part of in our personal life and in our professional life, whether it is, whether we are engineers or doctors, or whether we are, book lovers, or, just stamp collectors. And we are part of multiple communities. And just one skill I learned, and that impacts my let's say presence on those platforms also. And of course, finally, it is the spiritual impact, because growth is about spiritual growth. When we talk of growth, ultimately it is we are growing at a spiritual level because we are realizing our own power. So ये सब चीजें ध्यान में रखते हुए, what I would like to tell you about myself is that my career, and when I'm talking to you right now, I'm not only talking from my experience as a trainer or a recruiter or a author, I'm also talking from my experience as a mother and as a wife, as a daughter-in-law, and a friend. I have seen many of my friends now, they are either older or younger, the problems that they are facing with their children. So all that learning is getting incorporated in my own and enriching my ability. Though when I graduated from Delhi University, I did my MCom, and I thought, bas done, education is done. But as you progress, you realize that you have to go on learning, because today, I mean, it is not even a VUCA world. There was a new term I was reading on LinkedIn, BANI, which stands for linear and integrated, and so all these fancy terms are there. Educating ourselves, reskilling ourselves is a reality today. It's like changing clothes. सर्दियों में हम कपड़े अपने गर्मियों वाले कपड़े अंदर रख देते हैं, तो ये पूरा साल का एक जो होता है, same thing we have to do with our skills. And so I call myself a lifelong learner, and that is the reality which I talk from when I'm talking to the younger generation, when I'm advising them on what careers to choose. I've done my diploma from Tata Institute, and therefore there is also there is a responsibility on my shoulders, the institute that I represent and the alumni, that I was part of. So it is nice to know that, we are part of an institution and education, that's where education makes a difference. So as far as my work is concerned, uh, though initially it was like I was doing benefits administration, then I was doing teaching for a few years. All these different careers that I have explored, they have happened because of my different life stages. After my children were born, I reinvented myself. After my children grew up, so 3 times in my life I have reinvented myself without dropping the ball. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is that this attitude is something that we are not only imparting education, we are also imparting an attitude. Whether we are training or whether we are recruiting, we are, this holistic growth of ours is getting imparted to the people whose lives we are touching. So most of my learning, as you rightly said, that if you want to become, if you want to learn something, it is good that you first thing is that you have to start teaching it. That is because when you teach, you want to do it, you want to be genuine. There is a soul involved. Then there is practice involved. There is physicality involved. So similarly, every time that I have evolved, my life has gone through different stages. I have been given new, because there have been three recessions in my a 3-decade career. There have been 3 recessions, and when the recession happens, you don't sit back and say, okay, meri to job chali gayi. No, overnight you decide, now what is the new thing I have to learn, and what experience that I already have can come in use. And that is what we have to teach our students. So uh, even my writing, it came about as a part of my consulting assignment I did in for Emirates NBD. Dr. Nelson D'Souza was the head of the training department, and he hired me because my English was good. So he said, why don't you write our training process? I want to enter a ASTD competition for the best training process. So I started writing, and it was a very, very painstaking process, because while within the company there's a process, but it is a process which is understood. There's no documentation, there are no diagrams. Okay, everybody understands it, everybody practices it. So understanding Dr. D'Souza's vision and strategy for the process he designed, then putting down the chunks of the process, whether it was identifying the training needs, or the subject matter, linking it to the business, or whether it was selection of vendors or evaluation, and then linking it to the post-training effectiveness. It was not challenging, it was amazing. That is because I approached the task with a like and this was after I had almost more than 20 years experience. When I did the assignment, I had 22 years experience, but I approached it like I'm a fresher, because for doing such a thing, I was a fresher. And I must say that the process that I wrote, it got an award at the ASTD platform. So I was very happy about it. But the main thing is that I realized that I have a talent for writing. And this is self-awareness. This is very important in today's world. constantly, instead of depending on others for feedback, because not everybody is good at giving feedback. You have to rely on yourself. It is better if you rely on your own, ability to introspect and, become self-aware. And when I started writing this book on women, because I mean, everybody used to say women are so emotional. So I went and did a program in US on emotional intelligence and diversity. Okay. I said, what is the difference between emotional intelligence and being emotional? Okay. I have to understand the conceptual difference. So I not only understood, but I also saw that even though the Americans are very good at productizing something, but even in India, we are way, way ahead of them, because this whole concept of introspection and self-management and cultural, intercultural literacy, our Vedas have been very well teaching us. So this year, I had gone for a retreat, 15-day retreat to SRSD ashram in Rishikesh, just to revise my knowledge of practice of yoga and to learn meditation from the masters, as it has a huge impact on the ability of the teacher and the trainer. So I said, let me learn it properly. And so I realized that two pillars of emotional intelligence are there as part of our lives. We are naturally built to practice them. That is yoga and meditation, yes, and tolerance and focusing on our goals. So, and the ashram, I was amazed to see they are training people all over the world. Okay, teachers and trainers abroad, they are training them. And thing is that we are forgetting it. These are very powerful tools, which will, because I see in today's youngsters, there's a huge, there's lack of resilience. And there is, I don't blame them. For them, life is very transactional. They don't have, they don't cultivate depth. Yes. And I feel that, the constant practice of yoga and meditation will help them realize their own talent deep and develop confidence. Because when our kids, they come out of education, I mean, if you look at it, the best years of a person's life, that is the first 11 to 16 years, are spent in an institution where, and that is the time when the habits are formed. After that, though, habits can only be changed. Habits cannot be formed. So I feel that, integrating yoga and meditation in our youngsters' education, teachers and trainers becoming the instruments of teaching, of training the youngsters in yoga and meditation, we will become powerful in ourselves and discover the divinity in ourselves. And so it was a wonderful experience for me, and this is what I want to integrate in my practice of emotional intelligence and take it to the corporate world, whether I am talking to candidates or whether I am training them or whether I am writing about it in all the forms. I want to operate, so these are the different, countries that they train in, as you see in the
Geet ma'am,
yeah. Okay, so just finishing. And so I just want to say that, all this training helped me to see in people what, energy, they are ball of energy. and how to unleash that energy. So that is what I see them as, and what is that I want to do, what I do. So that's all. Thank you for the time, and over to you, Chitra. Hello. I think Chitra's connection. Are you able to hear her?
Yes,
Doctor?
ma'am.
Okay. I don't know why I'm not able to hear her.
Hello,
We
Sushma
can,
ma'am.
yeah, I can hear Geet, madam, but Chitra, I think she disappeared. Let's wait then. Yeah, she's back.
Okay.
Well, by the time our Chitra ma'am will join us,
Well,
let
ma'am,
me
can you hear
listen
me?
from Sushma
Yes,
ma'am.
now we can hear you.
Yeah. Sushma
Thank you
ma'am
so much,
can
sir.
just unmute.
So we can hear Chitra. Yeah.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Tanaji. Geeta ma'am, I'm really sorry. I was not saying you that your time is now over. I was just
Okay.
telling you whether you can hear me, because I was not properly hearing you that time. So
Okay.
that's the
Okay.
way. But whatever you have told, ma'am, you have actually, I just want to tell that you have covered everything in this 5 to 10 minutes of your talk, and you have taken us from different aspects of life, and collectively when you taken the word holistic development, na, actually you have covered everything into that. So thank you so much. I have few questions I'll take later on, and we'll straight away move to Madam Sushma ji. So
Yeah,
welcome,
sure.
ma'am.
Yeah. I'm audible, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right. So I can start, Chitra?
Yes, ma'am, please.
All right. So, hello everyone. My name is Sushma, and I teach in the MBA department of Sahyadri College of Engineering and Management. Let's see if I can show it to you once. Share the screen. Okay, let me see this. Share. Is it visible? Visible?
Yes,
Hello.
ma'am, totally.
Okay. All right. So this is my college where I come from, Sahyadri College of Engineering and Management. I teach in the MBA department here, and the subjects I teach subjects related to
Yes, ma'am,
HR.
it is visible. It is visible, ma'am.
Yes. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Geet ma'am, sir, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Very much.
Okay, okay, okay. All right. I think there's some issue at the end.
Yes, ma'am, we can hear you.
Okay. All right. So I teach
Yes,
subjects
ma'am.
related to HR, managerial communication. I also teach
Yes, ma'am,
analytics.
we can hear you.
Okay. Uh, give me a second. Actually, there is some issue, I think. Yeah. Um, Chitra, now it's clear, no? I'll just stop sharing then because I'm not able to see anybody.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. All right. So I worked in the
You can go to slide 2, ma'am. If you
yeah, I was actually talking on the slide, but I think my voice is reaching you late. So I'll skip the slide and I will start talking. Is that okay?
Ji, acha, acha. No worries.
Yes, ma'am.
Ji.
It's perfectly fine because now screen sharing, audio and visuals both are fetching, consuming bandwidth. So better,
Right,
uh,
right, right.
better
Yeah,
we will
let's
have
skip.
interactions without screen.
Right, right. Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yes,
So,
ma'am. Sure, sure.
yeah. So I worked for the last 8.5 years. I'm teaching. Prior to that, for 10 years, I worked in the industry. I worked in emphasis, and for 10 years, I saw almost 8 promotions. And I was an operations manager when I quit my company. And that is when I realized it is now time for me to give back to the society. So I finished my MCom, got the basic eligibility for teaching, and started pursuing my passion of teaching. And Sayadri picked me up only because I am from the industry background. So that's when I got a break in my career. And after that, I'm a blend of, industry, academics, and now I'm an entrepreneur as well. Because in India, our Honorable Prime Minister Modi ji has given a lot of hype about startup. So this kida of startup, and women are being pampered. They're giving a lot of opportunities to women for startup, and the kida just kicked in. And with my director and I, we started our own, HR solutions. So it is Sahyadri HR Solutions, and we have it in our campus because our chairman, Mr. Panchanath Bandari, he said, if any of the faculty wishes to have a startup of your own, we are ready to give you facilities so you can have it. And that is when we incorporated our startup in August 2019. So we are into HR staffing. We give HR consultancy services, training solutions, and we also organize industry visits because there's a lot of industry and academia gaps. So we try to connect and bridge it. So just like Geet ma'am, I saw your profile. So similar, but I mean, I'm too infant now to, you have reached 1 lakh and all that, and I was like fully nervous because already you have set that standard, and I was the second one to talk. I was like wondering, what do I talk now? But Geet ma'am, your smile actually puts us in ease. So let me proceed. So then about my education qualification, I'm an MBA, I'm an MCom. Currently, I'm pursuing my PhD, and guess what? I have registered my title 5 years ago, and it's about employability skills. So you can imagine how passionate I'm about skilling and the skilling ecosystem and so on, right? So from the last 5 years, I'm doing research on employability, the challenges, and I'm actually involving myself wholly committing to this cause. So I'm almost in the final stage of my PhD. Hopefully, I submit my PhD this year. I'm doing it from Vishweshwaraya Technological University, Belagavi. That's about myself. Now, moving on, how are education skills relevant? I would say the corporate houses have become too demanding these days. Gone are the days, when I got placed in campus. For 2 months, I had training. The first 1 month was on communication, soft skills, and the second month was on the job related training. And every day in training, I got one-to-one coaching, one-to-one feedback. Everything was activity driven, public speaking, and then presenting, doing seminars. My accent was neutralized, and I grew a lot. And I should say, training has really transformed me from where I was. So, and then they even gave me salary during the 2 months, but these days, the industries are highly demanding and they do not want to shell out money, efforts, time on training. They want ready fitment, right? And also, they're not talking about employable, they're asking for billable, deployable talents from the institutions. So the institutions have a huge role to play right now. Moving on, I would like to talk about, it's not really about skills. It's about attitude. In the recent major research project that I conducted, one of the alarming insights that I got was that the students are not flexible to leave their comfort zone and take up a job anywhere in India. They almost 90% of the students said that they want job in this location only, and anywhere in India option was the least checked option. And that was surprising. I mean, we're talking about employability skills. Here, attitude is an issue. They need to be made, that career guidance has to be given, awareness should be driven, right? Other thing that I thought was, I think during course of the study, they should be given internship opportunities. Part-time job should be encouraged. The learning during internship and part-time job is immense, and that adds great value to their profile. This is the study, and I feel it's the learning outcome is great. Next is about the trainers. What I feel is we're talking about hard skills, soft skills, and communication being on the top. Future skills are in demand, like the cybersecurity, artificial intelligence, robotics, data analytics, my favorite. So these are high in demand, and the companies want people who are, proficient in these skills. So I think this trainers have huge role to play, not only in imparting soft skills, but also these hard skills, hands-on skills. Next, I would like to talk about how I've involved myself in the skilling ecosystem. I'm very happy and proud to say that I have got a major research project from the ICSSR, the Indian Council for Social Science Research, a major research project to be conducted on the rural female students of government colleges on their skilling, skill enhancement. So we did their survey, we understood these are the skills they lack, we conducted training for them. So this is the whole exercise that we did, and it was worth 3,10,000. And that was actually a blessing from my guide, Dr. Vishal Samartha. She was a project director, and I worked under her. The next project I got, and I was very surprised to see the slides which Chitra walked us through about the focus on teacher empowerment and youth skill enhancement. And AICT has sanctioned a project worth 2,97,000 for me 2021, and I completed that project. Almost 285 countrywide faculty have been trained, and the title was Innovative Approaches in Teaching Pedagogy. So during this pandemic times, we were all like firefighting. We don't know how to operate online classes and how to engage students in online classes. And at that time, this particular training was a blessing to many of the faculty, because the training involved 22 sessions. That is for 6 days, and it was done 3 times for different audiences, right? So that is another project. So upskilling the teachers and also contributing to the students. Now what I'm planning to do in the future is I have reached out to our Deputy Chief Minister, Dr. Ashwath Narayanan of Karnataka, and he had mentioned of Skill on Wheels initiative for Karnataka. So I have sent a proposal saying that I would like to conduct it for Dakshin Kannada district, where I belong to. So I've sent a proposal. I'm waiting for the reply. So that's about what I'm going to involve myself in future. And lastly, about MEPSC, I mean, it's such a blessing for me. Imagine I'm doing my PhD in skilling, and I'm a Skilled India trainer certified by MEPSC. That's going to add so much of value to my profile. And more importantly, the entire process was so good, because I was trained for 5 days, and then there was online test, there was Viva, and that Viva was conducted by a very elderly person. He invested 45 minutes for the Viva with, while talking to me, and it was literally like I'm giving an interview for a trainer's profile. So the entire process, the way they conducted with a great intensity, actually shows the value of that certificate. So I'm so proud that I'm today a nationally certified trainer, and it's adding a lot of value to my profile. And more importantly, I would like to thank my institution, Sahyadri College of Engineering Management, for taking membership at ISTD, for me, the faculty membership. And through ISTD, I've got all these opportunities. I really want to thank MEPSC as well. So Chitra, I think I'm done. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. And it is wonderful listening you, and especially the area which you are focusing. And if you give me permission, I would like to ask you, ma'am, that the PhD that you are doing in skilling, what is the exact topic of that, ma'am?
Actually, it is a rule that I'm not supposed to reveal
Okay,
the exact
okay,
title
okay.
unless I
Right, ma'am.
submit it. Okay.
Acha,
But
ji, ji, ji.
it's about employability skills.
Right, ma'am. Right. Thank you
I'm,
so much. Thank
I'm
you.
glad you asked that. Thank you so much.
Ji. And few questions I'll ask you later. And now, all my dear audience, moving from our two eminent ladies to our one and only gentleman, Dr. Tanaji, Vitthal Chauhan. Sir, along with the entire team of ICSI and all our audience, we welcome you and we want to hear now from you. So,
Thank you,
welcome and
Chitra
good
ma'am.
evening.
Thank you, Chitra ma'am. First of all, good evening to all our viewers, our speakers. Speaker has introduced very nicely their skill contribution towards the society as well as towards the country. And literally we impress even Madam Geet and Madam SUSHMA are working in the same line as even country's vision is also like Skill India and Atmanirbhar Bharat. So you are a really trainer which contributes to the country, not only single society, but to the country. So this is the great day for me and for our all viewers also, that today we have, as Chitra ma'am rightly oriented here, we have Baisakhi. So happy Baisakhi for all of you, as well as we have today Dr. Bharat Ratna बाबा साहब अम्बेडकर जयंती. सो सबको हमारी तरफ से जयंती की शुभकामनाएं. Also we have महावीर जयंती also. So महावीर जयंती की ओर से भी सबको ढेर सारी शुभकामनाएं. So with this, I would like to thanks for giving me an opportunity to be here and to discuss and to explore our contributions and to explore our skill path or skill journey towards the society or towards the nation development, we can say. So begin with my introduction. This is Dr. Tanaji Vitthal Chavan. After my MBA graduation, as like all, I have also started my journey to the industry job, and I have appointed in US MNC, and it was a dream job as like others. I had started this, but after some time, I realized that whatever I'm doing, this is for a single entity or single company or single owner, we can say, a single corporate world. So this is not only my place. So I have to contribute for many. So with this vision, I have moved towards the academics, where I could contribute to my students, to direct society, and hence this industry to academia transformation has done with me. So with this vision, and to fulfill this vision, coincidentally, I should thanks to my institute's management also and directors also, who has also similar vision. This is the Anekant Education Society's institution, Anekant Institute of Management Studies, which is giant minority institutions. And they have also surprisingly similar vision like me to be in the mass and to contribute for the mass in the higher education. So as I have joined this organization, I have got an opportunity. It was during 2014-15 era, and even 14-15 Skill India, even 16, I think. So Skill India has also got in boom, or Skill India concept has been launched newly, and we have picked this concept and we have started to contribute the society from institutions. So at first year itself, we have developed our institutional team, and we have done skill development workshop in our surrounding areas, and we have tested that how we are teacher or how we are training to the others, and we found that there is a very good response from nearing colleges, students and principals. They are asking one more workshops for such a skill development workshop. And next year also, on their demand, we have done such a skill development workshop. And today, I would like to share that on yearly, we are training nearly 2000 plus students through this skill development workshop. So this is the one of the jump we can say where we can contribute our soft skill to the market or to the students who are rural background. They are literally need for such a skills. Like we have identified some skills they have lacked once they are graduate, but they are lack of some skills like communication skill, like how to write a resume, how to appear for the interview. Such a skills they're supposed to have once they have graduated. But we found that there is a lacuna. So to fulfill this lacuna, we have initiated this skill development workshop series, and consecutively, I think this is our sixth, seventh year. We are in demand in our area. That means literally it feels satisfaction to us, and it's a proud moment for all our entire team of the institution that this skill development workshop series is in demanding in our areas. And we feel that yes, this is the no profit no loss, even free of cost, we are giving them a training. For this training journey, I would like to quote here especially, we have gone through the TOT program of this MECs, this we can say the organization here, MEPS Council, and in association with Bosch India. I remember Bosch India has sponsored this workshop, and it was free for our all team, and we had participated this, and trainer we got is amazing for us, and this learning was lifelong learning for us. Our entire team of the institution has enrolled for this, but only few teachers have cracked this because it has a very high level of passing percentage. It was a very unique point of our MEPS skill training program, and even they have a rigorous interview also and viva voce, and this examination, that was the high level of accuracy examination. Then only we can get this skill India certified trainer, which is one of the, we can say, biggest achievement for us, that high level of accuracy we have learned, and then only we have to perform. So with this training, we have changed ourselves. Even our life has changed, approach has changed towards the training. Even earlier also, we are saying that we are skill trainer, and we used to provide such a skill program. But after this MEPSC skill training program, we have changed our methodology, we have changed our thought, thinking, and as we have learned from this workshop, so we have started. So this learning, we can say here, with this first trainer has given instructions that first we have to establish a rapport or link among the viewer or learner, we can say, as a trainer. Second thing we can say, first of all, as a trainer, we have to give them idea that what is in for me. ये वर्कशॉप या फिर ये सेशन के बाद आपको क्या मिलने वाला है, then only they will have affiliation, or they will have interest in our session. So again, we have to express our objective of the session. Then we have to move our session with interactive mode, like involvement of the cases, then business games, behavioral modelings. These are the techniques we need to incorporate as a trainer to be a good trainer, we can say, or to have a successful teaching learning process. So certainly this was a lifelong learning for us as a trainer, and now also we are incorporating in this. And even if anyone will see our slides nowadays compared to the 5-6 years back, Our slides are now showing objectives, what is in for us, and with materials and references, all these things. So we should thanks to our MEPSC for developing such a nice TOT program, which is very good program. And we literally become a professional trainer, we can say. So earlier, normal trainers has transformed from normal to the professional. So we have a standards platform as a trainer. So after this, even nowadays also, we are working on how to improve ourselves, how to fulfill the demands of the situations. And nowadays we are working on the from skill trainer to the value-based skill trainer. As Ma'am Geet has rightly quoted, that is holistic approach that we have incorporated. And nowadays we are giving training to the students, that skill training, but not only skill training, which is value-based skill training. Even on this platform, I would like to mention here, recently we have attended EICT is one of the good initiative, one of the program that is universal human values. And I appeal each and every viewer that even trainer also, they have to attain this, not only for the certification, but for their life learning, certainly their approach towards the training, teaching, and the today's title is the mental wellness. Certainly our thinking and approach will be changed with this universal human value. Yes, it is one of the good initiative. So they are also having the objective that education will be based with the skill education, and skill education will be based on the value-based skill education. So nowadays we trainer are working on the value-based skill trainers, and this is the demand where students will be having additional things, values will be incorporated with the help of the skills. So education will become a sanskar education, and then only we will have a right understanding, and as per the natural acceptance, we will be in the harmony and continuous harmony and happiness. So I appeal each and every viewer may be educator, viewer may be learner, viewer may be teacher also, trainer also, if they will gone through this universal human values, certainly they will have a changing approach, and they will be in the continuous harmony as well as the prosperity also. So this is one of the things. So with this skill initiative, like in Skill India initiative, here institutional our skill workshop is also going on, and we are also transforming and bridging the gap between industry and academia, because we found here in the rural India, we have graduates here, we have n number of graduates here, but there is some lacuna in the skill pack, especially in the rural areas where students are less exposed towards the soft skills, especially like communication skill. We can say even in the regional languages also, students are hesitant to talk with each other, hesitant to talk with the teachers, and stage performance is also not at par as per the requirement of the industry. So we are bridging gap between industry and academia through this skill initiative. So with this, I would like to thanks, and now mic is over to Chitra ma'am. Chitra ma'am.
Ji sir, thank you so much. Thank you for whatever you have told us. And I would like to say this, that in terms of education ecosystem, you have covered almost everything when we talk about from the teachers to trainers to students and to then corporate and industry academy interface. So a few questions I would like to ask from all of you. First of all, I begin with Dr. Tanaji himself. So as you have covered almost everything, the one thing that is coming in our mind and question has been put up, that when we talk about teachers training and when we talk about train the trainers, so what is actually lacking nowadays in terms of teachers training? Because there are a lot many teachers training, faculty development program are going on in educational institutes, otherwise also, but there's still it has been found that the quality teaching, quality education is somewhere missing. So what, according to you, should be incorporate something new, innovative into teachers training that will improve this situation?
Well, that is the good veracity. Even here with this, I would like to say that teachers training will be much more effective when we will start from their bosses. So we have to start with the directors, principals training, and up and above, I would like to quote here because I have recently attended this EICT's workshop, Universal Human Values. Even I thought that this workshop must be attended by my boss, and fortunately, my boss has already attended, director sir, and he has recommended us to attend this. But also, I would like to have this workshop or this training to be attended by our management also, so that because these are the educators, these are the visionaries, and they have a great vision about the education and the learners and towards the society also. So teachers are training, they are getting training, and they are implementing also. But the strategy maker, educator, if we will focus on the educator, we will train them what are the needs, what are the changing demands of the society, and what we can do. So if he starts from the vision makers, educators, certainly educators' vision will be percolate with the strategic mission, and that strategic mission will be passed on to the policy, and this policy implementer as a teachers and trainer we are implementing. So working on trainers and teachers training, that is one part, that is one of the good part, and even teachers are accepting and implementing at their level. But there are still we can say scope here if we focus in the next area that strategy makers like principal, director, top hierarchy level, and beyond that is educators, those who are making vision, those who are creating education hubs, and they are facilitators for such an ecosystem, training and education. If they are also trained like this, certainly this will become a vision of education of India, and this vision will become mission, and mission will be policy, strategy, and policies and implications will be easy.
Right. Thank you for your answer, sir. My next question will be from Madam SUSHMA ji. Ma'am, a very interesting topic you have taken, like skills, and you have covered many skills into that. I would like to ask you, ma'am, we always talk about skills, and skills something is which I think as a student and as a teacher, we are hearing from over 1 decade in many manners. But yes, to be very honest, this in a very good terms, it is coming from the last 2-3 years now, that we have to work on skills and all other things. Now, when we talk about soft skills and hard skills that can be incorporated by the teachers and educators in the schools and colleges, but do you think that there's something called as life skills also, and that too, the parents, the home environment plays a very important part onto that, and the upbringing of the child also. So that particular part of skills, how you look onto that, and what you have to say for a complete development of a child as a youth and as something professional.
Absolutely. I mean, that's a very interesting question. Life skill is on top list because I remember in one of the sessions that our chairman, Mr. Manjunath Bandari, the chairman of Sahyadri College, was addressing the students. He asked them, do you know to make tea? That's a life skill. You don't know to make a tea, and what are you talking about MBA engineering? Where will you survive if you don't know to cook rice or the basic tea or coffee, right? So this, I mean, he nicely explained it. These are the basic. Or you go on road for some trip. Suddenly, your vehicle, your wheel gets punctured. Do you know to change the wheel and tire and do it by yourself? Or will you wait for a garage fellow or a puncture fellow to do it? So these are the basic things which we should give importance from the childhood. So I have a 4-year-old son at home. So I'm incorporating that on him. So anything he wants to take a lid out of a box, he comes to me, "Mommy, I can't take it." I said, try. Don't depend on me. You try, and then he is successful. So rightly said, life skills is about head, heart, hand, right? So head is about how you think, whether you're thinking from society point of view. Hand is about giving back to the society, services to the society, and heart is about emotional feelings. So there are a lot of skills in head, heart, hand, right? So I think a holistic, to be a holistic graduate, I mean a graduate, you need to have these holistic skills with them, and definitely that is life skills. So thank you for bringing it up. I hope I
Yes,
answered you.
yes, ma'am. You have answered it very nicely. Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you.
And my next question is for Madam Geet. Ma'am, you have rightly touched upon emotional intelligence and diversity and holistic things. A very basic question and a very uh, uh, one thing that is coming many times into our hearts, mind, is that we always talk about the corporate environment and the education environment. To be very honest with you, if we ask from a child, from a youth, what you like as a youth, when he is into his 21 year, 22 year, maybe 23 years, they always say that we like our college environment, we like our school environment, we don't like to be into this job profile and something like that, corporate. So we always talk about that there should be academia and corporate interface, and so that they can be better trained. But there's still something, there's a gap which is existing between the youth, those who are studying in college, and when they are going to corporate, there's a mismatch. And why is it so, and how to cover it up?
Oh, I think that I mean, this is my view, okay?
Yes,
And
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
whether it is feasible or not, I do not know. But first, it is created in the mind, and then it happens in the real world.
Mhm.
So I'm glad you brought it up, because I was also thinking about it. While I was listening to your January, talks, and
Yes,
about partnership between industry and the academia.
yes,
And
ma'am.
I think the distance is because both the two are like, two वो railway track की दो पटरियां होती है ना.
जी.
Corporate, yes, corporate effectiveness is measured by profits, and
Yes, ma'am.
in the colleges, effectiveness is measured by marks or या
Yes.
फिर knowledge. ठीक है?
जी, जी, जी.
Yeah, if you bring both of them, कहीं पर तुम गंगा जमुना को मिला दोगे ना, तो बहुत. और ये कैसे पॉसिबल है? आप देखें तो इंडिया में हर घर में आपको टीचर्स मिल जाएंगे. ठीक है? Why can't we have, like a network that, let's say now in Bombay there is so much, crowded, but in every colony, in every area there are industries. They may be small, they may be big. So what is the harm if the teachers uh, who are teaching in a college or who have retired, okay, they work with the industry? Okay, we will train your people for free. You make a donation to our college, or nobody minds. So this is
Okay.
one way of, when both of them will start understanding each other, and this is called empathy.
Yes.
They will understand each other's problems, and they will work together. Ab industry ki problem hai, like Sushma was rightly saying that companies today want ready-made people, and you talk to the candidate, he says, ma'am, I can do this, बस मेरे को train कर दो. अरे भाई, तुमको train करने के लिए थोड़े हम hire कर रहे हैं, तुमको salary चाहिए तो तुम skill लेके आओ. And the colleges want somebody to give. So by linking the local trainers and teachers with the local industry, what we are doing, we are creating local employment, and
yes ma'am,
we are ensuring. अभी आप देखो जो लोग retire हो जाते हैं, you know, I mean, they have nothing to do, and they also want to look for avenues where their knowledge finds a channel. So why not, you know, जैसे हम लोग बोलते हैं ना कि आप थोड़ा दान, you know, go to the मंदिर या गुरुद्वारे में जाके सेवा करो. तो why don't you do सेवा in the industry? या फिर कॉलेजेस में शाम को क्लासेस फ्री होती है, आप प्रोग्राम्स करिए, ट्रेन करिए लोगों को. आई एम श्योर दैट द इंडस्ट्री विल लव इट if the students, if their employees are trained free of cost. And once the colleges have established their you know, कि हाँ भाई हम इंडस्ट्री को वैल्यू प्रोवाइड कर रहे हैं, I am sure no industry will refuse to make a payment, because it is about how much contribution you are making to the bottom line. और जैसे employees की skill level बढ़ेगा, okay, skill level बढ़ेगा, तो you know, the employer also will see कि भाई हाँ मेरा profit बढ़ रहा है, या मेरी क्या बोलते हैं क्वालिटी इंप्रूव हो रही है ना. आप मेजर कीजिए जो आप सर्विस दे रहे हैं, आप उसको मेजर कीजिए. क्वालिटी इज इंप्रूविंग एंड यू आर इंकॉर्पोरेटिंग न्यू टेक्नोलॉजीज, बिकॉज ये जो यंगस्टर्स है दे गेट वेरी एक्साइटेड, रात रात बैठे रहेंगे नई चीजें सीखने के लिए ऑन द इंटरनेट, एंड दे जस्ट वांट अ प्लेटफॉर्म टू यूज दैट नॉलेज. तो जब ये सब चीजें होंगी, ये एक यू नो मतलब बहुत पुरानी टेक्निक यूज हो रही है ऑफ प्रोडक्शन, एंड दी स्टूडेंट्स दे स्टार्ट यूजिंग you know, like new technologies and new techniques. I am sure the employer is going to benefit, and he is going to say, yes, I want this college to prosper, I want this college to continue to perform this service to me. So this is what I think, you know.
Yes ma'am.
Yeah,
thank you for giving your vision to us, and it is very appropriate what you have told to us. Ma'am, why students are lacking focus?
Because we are हम लोग बोल रहे हैं मल्टी स्किलिंग एंड ऑल. यू टेल मी कि दिमाग, तुम क्या कर रहे हो कि तुम बोल रहे हो अपना दिमाग घर पे छोड़ के आ जाओ और हाथ को यूज करो. ये कैसे हो सकता है ना सुषमा? दिमाग तो लगाना ही पड़ेगा, चाहे आप हाथ यूज कर रहे हो चाहे पाँव यूज कर रहे हो. See, everything has to be aligned, and they are losing focus because they are not able to make sense of all the changes that are happening around them, and that is why we have to teach them these tools. We have to give them the tools, you know. And yoga and meditation is a very good tool to go inside and try to make sense and try calm down, because you know, once we introspect, we go inside, we are in a better frame of mind to be able to accept anything which happens around us.
Thank you ma'am, thank you for that wonderful thing that you have just said. And with this, I would like to thank all my eminent guest speaker for today evening, that you have given your wonderful time to us, your wonderful views that you have shared with us, and we are intended towards that. और हमें बहुत अच्छा लगा आपको सुन के, और सभी व्यूअर्स को भी बहुत अच्छा लगा है, तो सबकी तरफ से आपको बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। MEPSC का बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, और आपका समय देने का हमें बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। और हम जरूर चाहेंगे कि आगे आने वाले समय में कभी दोबारा आपके साथ जुड़े और बहुत सारी चीजें आपसे सुने, क्योंकि ऐसा लग रहा था कि अभी खत्म ही ना हो और बात चलती जाए, पर समय की सीमा है। तो आज के लिए हम यही रुकते हैं, पर आगे जरूर कभी मिलेंगे। एंड वी विश यू all good health and happiness forever. Thank you.
Thanks, Chitra. Thanks. And thanks to ICSI for giving this wonderful opportunity.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thanks, Chitra, for your wonderful hosting,
Yeah.
and the institution MEPSC for giving us a platform to connect with the other teachers and trainers and share our views and vision.
Yes.
Have a wonderful life.
So, viewers, this is Chitra Kapoor signing off for the day, but with a promise that we will be back tomorrow at 8 p.m. Goodbye, and have a good sound sleep, a very good evening, a very good morning in whatever part of the world you are. Stay blessed.